Hi, and welcome back. Well, today is tomorrow from yesterday's where I was working on the harpoon point, and I got me a commission to do a fillet knife. Now I told the fellow that commissioned it that I didn't have any real thin stock to do any kind of real flexible blade at the time, and I thought, yes I do. I've got 15N20, I've got, or a saw blade off a big wood miser sawmill, so it's 15N20 mixed in there a little bit. So I don't have stainless. I'm not set up to handle stainless. I mean, to send a stainless blade off and have it done just one off, ain't no telling what it cost. Probably 50 or 60 bucks time you get it there and get it done and get it back. So that's not an option. So anyway, but one of these days I might. I don't know. I don't like fooling with stainless steel too often much. I've got a bar of it over here that I was going to use for bolsters, but it just don't excite me like brass or copper or something else would. So anyway, here it is. I'm going to get on it, and this is just rough. This is already, I've not heat treated it, I've not done anything to it. It's straight off the hop, straight off the saw blade. So if I take it real easy, I won't have to heat treat it. All I can do is it's a monkey tool, I guess, because it was meant for one thing and I'm changing it to do another. So it's a monkey tool fillet knife. I think that's what I'll call it. It's monkey tool fillet knife. Anyway, I'm gonna get to this. I've got to lay it out. I had to design it and everything, and I didn't have any cardstock big enough, so I just had to put it on a piece of paper. So it's kind of flimsy. That's the reason I kind of rough cut it. So anyway, when I get done grinding it to shape, and we'll figure out what we're going to do for an edge, I'll come back. All right. Okay, right there it is. Not completely ground to shape, but close. Now, see the tip right here? Okay, I left this long. This blade is longer than the fella wanted. When you start doing your grinds on it to bring it up, I didn't ask whether he wanted just a chisel grind on it, so you could run it, just use it flat, you know, turn your fish around, or do the bevels. double bevel, so I'll just go ahead and do the doubles on it right now. You want it wide here. It's about 3/4 of an inch here, and then tapering down. But anyway, I left this point long and give it this little belly and everything to stick in there and slide. But when you start grinding, you're going to burn this tip. It's unavoidable. I mean, it's unavoidable unless you do it with a file and do it real slow, or even do it even slower with the grinder. But anyway, with that, I don't want to burn it. If I burn it, if I burn some of it off and it turns blue and everything else like that, then I can nip it off and ease it on down again right there. Now, like I said, I don't know if I can cut this with a file. I haven't tried or anything, so but I'm not wrecking the heat treatment on it, so I don't have to redo it. The heat treatment on it fits your hand pretty good there. I may have to thin that on down just a little bit. This is a little thinner stock than I'm used to working with, so it'll take a couple of times to play with the handle and get it right. And on this handle right here too, you do not want a big thick bulky handle like you would on a hunting knife or a trapping knife or a chopper or anything like that, because this is a fillet knife. You're trying to get it down. Your knuckles is going to be against that, but against the table or whatever. So if you can keep this closer to the table like that, it works a little better. So you don't really want it really thick. And if push comes to shove, I may put some micarta on it, but I doubt it. And but I really want to put some bone on it, so it makes it more tactile. So it's going to be wet and everything, so I'll have to seal it in there. I have to do that with the super glue or just epoxy, and just let it fill up in there real good. So yep. Now let me get back to laying it out and seeing what I can do about getting the grinds done and all the bevels and the holes drilled in it without running drill bits. Well, that's going to be hard and slick. Yep, that is. Alright, I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, today is tomorrow. I'm sorry I didn't film a lot of putting the handle on or getting the handle material ready to go, but I did glue the handle on last night. But I got out of here about 10 till 9, so been a little slow today. So I just let it set up overnight and beyond. So now move the clamps. Okay, like I said earlier on the knife, the handle's going to be thin. Keep you down, keep the knife from having to be bowed as much. This is 15 and 20, or a bandsaw blade basically. It's supposed to be really good. So, and then I've got put the handle on. It's got a 1/8 inch pin here. Got my mosaic dog paw right here, and just a 1/4 inch brass pin right there. And this material looks like I didn't get all of it off last night. Asian water buffalo horn. So it's not exactly bone, but it is from an animal. So that's what I had, and I thought that would go pretty nice with it, and keeping that this will absorb the oils in your skin really good, and I can buff it up and make it shine a little bit. I'm thinking about texturing it some. I probably will, so look forward to that later on. I'll figure out how I'm going to do it, or what I want to taper it or design or texture it with. I'll get it out in a minute. So I'm going to get on this, and I've got a worn 120 belt on the grinder here, so I'm going to shape I'll clamp it and saw the pins off first, and then I'll start shaping on this handle. I may not even have to texture it. I mean, I'm going to buff it up. Now, don't get me wrong. I've still got probably to get it to where I want it and get the metal to shine and everything in there. I'm probably 2.5 hours on this handle from right now. I don't really try to rush anything. It takes as long as it takes. I go through the grits on it and I try to get this horn is going to be, oh, it's black and it's pretty when it's got black and it's got blue in it, or not blue but brown, excuse me. Black and blue for bruises, for knife handles, but anyway, then we have that. It glued up real good. I don't see any voids anywhere in the glue that I used, which was I used a Loctite. I'm getting in close to you, I'm sorry. Yeah, I get this Loctite 60 minute. I like this slow because it's stronger. And if I was in a hurry, I'd use 5 minute, but why? I mean, you're gonna clamp it anyway, so might as well let it dry and fully cure overnight. So this is it. I get it from Ace Hardware. My knives are not cookie cutter knives. I don't call somebody and say, hey, water jet me out 500 of my, say, this knife, which is probably one of my favorites. Okay, I'm back. I come back as soon as I got done with it. It's been about, actually got done with this one fairly quick. Probably an hour and a half. So anyway, there it is, up to 400 grit. Went from 120, that was sanding the metal and getting all out of it and everything, to 400. Now this is like seeing the grain on wood. It's just wet and slick. I hope everybody can see that. Now when I polish it up, it's going to mirror a whole lot better than that. So I'm fixing to put it on a buffer. And make no mistake about it, buffer is the most dangerous tool in a workshop. It is. It will grab and throw whatever's in your hand. Sometimes you just cannot hang on to it. So to say be careful is an understatement. You have to be, man, probably have better luck playing with dynamite than he will with that, about not getting hurt. So anyway, I'm going to buff this up. It'll take a little while. And just a spot right there. Yeah, got a few, just a little, look like a 320 scratch. Little ones. They're there. Yep, okay. Yeah, Like I said, I'm gonna buff this thing up with green rouge on the buffer. I'll come back when I get it done. Okay, I'm back off the buffer. What I hope you can see this shine on this Asian water buffalo horn. Now, I'm going to put some oil on this, but not yet. I just cleaned it, wiped it off just real quick with alcohol. I don't want to do anything else that's going to stain it, because I'm going to check and sharpen the knife, or get it close to being sharp, and then I'm going to blue it to help fight off any rust. Now this 15 and 20 will rust. Takes it a while, but it will. So I've got to clean it up in the oil right there in front of the handle. Okay, as you can tell, hopefully you can see this. Model 1, one of one. There'll never be another one just like it. So I'll have to get the big stone out and do it. This is, I'll buff everything up here before I blew it. Finish and clean all this up. But anyway, that's my next process. And okay, that's another project done and done. So let me turn around here and get a little bit more into the light there. I'm sorry. I'm awful dark. Anyway, it's a good thing. I'm awful ugly too. So anyway, here is the knife. I was going to blue it, but I decided not to. So anyway, with that, it's a Model 1, one of one. There won't be another one like it. Similar, but not like it. Now let's see, I ain't got any hair on me left, hardly. Off sound there. They're jumping out of there like rats from a sinking ship. I don't have the coarsest hair in the world on my arms. So yes, and it does that all the way from the hilt to the tip. Like I said, I was going to blue it. It would have took bluing good, because I tested it on the inside of the handle right there. But I decided, since it was going to be used for fish or for food and stuff like that, I don't know that it would do any damage to bluing. I don't know. But anyway, it's another one done. And I'm very happy to share this journey of making this fillet knife. It was my first one. Let me know in the comments what you think about it, everything else. So everything, I've got to get me a stencil. If I can get somebody to make me one of them, I suck at it bad. And that's the worst spot on the knife, is the signature, but they're all handmade. Maybe I ought to leave it just to let everybody know that they are handmade, 100%. I don't have a machine stamping them out and spitting them out the back door there. This is not Buck or Case or Gerber or anywhere else. This is a handmade knife. Come from here. I had an idea what it was, what it's supposed to do. I designed it and I made it. So when you get a knife from me, you get one of one. Even if I cut out a dozen the same shape, they won't. No two of them will be alike. I try my best not to do the same thing to the next knife. I'll do something different to it, you know. Anyway, but there it is. And I'm about to run out of battery, so I'm going to end this. Appreciate you watching. Be sure to like, share, subscribe if you've not. Hey, we're not too super entertaining, but we do have a little bit of information put out here and show you sometimes what to do and what not to do. To everything like that. So anyway, This is Bobby Shields, Dogbone Knives saying, God bless.